Welcome back to our Sports Talk. I'm Chris, your favorite stat reader, and we have the Jazz hosting the Pelicans, and the Pelicans are 6.5-point road favorites. The over/under is at 232.5. The Pelicans are minus 245 on the money line, and the Jazz are plus 200. Now these are the overnight odds. They're going to change the closer we get to tip-off tomorrow. They played twice this season, both games in New Orleans, and the Pelicans won both games, 136 to 123, and then 123-119 in overtime. And unfortunately for the Pelicans, they developed a little bit of some winning habits the last handful of days. And it's not been working out for them necessarily the way that they'd want to. Now, lineups for this game are supposed to be McCollum, Murphy, Zion, Olnick, and Missy. And McCollum and Zion are listed as off injury. And then Collier, Yuzang, Sensabaugh, Martin, and Philip Koski. For the Jazz, lineups have not been confirmed. That's just who's supposed to be there. And the NBA's rule is 30 minutes before the game starts. That's when they have to announce who's actually going to start in the game. This is not a game that I would put any significant kind of money on it, but I would say if I was a betting man, the Jazz are doing what they can to try to lose. I get it that both of these teams are in a precarious situation because as of right now, the Pelicans have the fourth worst record in the NBA behind the Wizards, the Jazz, and the Hornets. And they were at second or third before this little winning streak that they were on. Now, head-to-head, these teams are 5-5 against each other. The Pelicans are on a 4-game winning streak. The home team is on an 8-game winning streak. The home team is 9-1. The underdog is 6-4 on the money line. The underdog is 8-2 against the spread. The overs hitting their last three. The over/under is 5-5, and the over/under at 232.5 is also 5-5. And as I said, the Pelicans are 3-1 in their last four, and the three games that they won, they covered 210, 212, 240, and then 233 points. 18-point win over the Spurs, 6-point win over the Spurs, and then they beat the Suns by 8. They covered all of those games, and then the Suns beat them by 17, and they did not cover that game. For the Jazz, 3-7 in their last 10, 5-5 against the spread. The over's 8-2. They did come off of a game where they won, but they got the Jazz. They got the T-Wolves after the T-Wolves played the Thunder. So, where a team's motivation is, 239, 226, 219, and then 233. 9-point win over the Rockets, 2-point loss to the Blazers, covered both of those games. Then they lost by 17 to the Kings, and then they beat the T-Wolves by 1. I don't think that the Jazz win this game. I'm going to take the Pelicans on the money line. The over-under is where the spread is where I'm concerned because I think the Jazz are just going to straight up throw out garbage out there. So I'm going to take the Pelicans laying the points, and I'm going to go under in this game. Now, these are just my picks. If you disagree, please go with your gut, and please bet responsibly.